Alright guys, we're in the office with Mojo. Today we're going to talk about the Skytrainer 400 from nitroplanes.com. It's a great plane. I got a top wing plane too, which is very fun, but this plane here can do a little more. It rolls nice at an even knife edge. Plenty of power, but there's just a few things with this plane that I had to do, and now I just love the plane. The first thing you'll notice if you got one, the cowl seems to be a little big and wants to rub, so make sure you look at that and get some nice clearance in there. If not, you're going to have trouble. I usually just heat it up a little bit, either with a lighter, over a little bit of flame, and then you can just push it back, and it will stay. And I usually tape it too, just so and get it back a little tighter. I added flaps because it was already cut out. Flaps just makes your life easier landing, gives it a little more lift. The main thing and the main problem with this one was the landing gear, the front nose. The problem was when the rod went through the top, it only went in there just a little ways, and if you had a little hard landing and it didn't have a spring, it was straight, it would pop out of the top, and then you only have the bottom notch, or the little bottom piece that would hold it to the motor mount. And mine actually broke right off one day with a little hard landing. It wasn't really bad, but so what I had to do to fix that, actually I bought a Park Zone nose gear wheel from the T28, and believe it or not, this worked great. The notch in the where the arm goes was even perfect, but where my tab broke off, I had to put a little piece of aluminum. You can go to your metal shop, sheet metal shop, whatever, get a little piece bent. I shoved it back behind the motor mount, glued it, and I even put a couple pop rivets in it, and I glued the ear back on so everything would still be right, and that supported that bottom tab more. You can see I had to cut the cowl out just a little bit, and I've even put some tape over it just so I don't get my aerodynamics, and then put a set collar top and bottom. The bottom will hold it when you're landing. The top one just holds it in place, and like I said, the notch was even in the right place. Now I've got a spring here, so it will give. And I also went ahead and installed a steel gear servo. And the rod linkage was very thin. It would give when you were landing. I changed that to 332 and put a steel gear servo in. And now it's nice and tight. Never had a problem with it flexing and turning by itself. It really solved this problem. Steel gear servo, bigger rod, and maybe if you haven't broke yours off yet, and if you just bought one, go ahead and change that wheel, because that's going to be a problem for you right from the get-go. And I took the wheel covers off. Make sure you also glue in or tape them real good, because these are fit a little loose. I even put I took the wheel skirts off of here, just because to my opinion, it slowed the plane down some. It looks good, and then if you would get, a matter of fact, I got to straighten one of these. If you get a little bit flared out, it just makes the plane react different. So I took them off, and I haven't noticed that problem anymore, and glued them in. And I also put a little bit bigger diameter wheel, which helps me when I'm landing touch these wheels first. All right, now the battery in this one. On the steel gears and on hobbyparts.com, steel gear servo was like $6. You can't beat them. Same way with the batteries. I got a 2650 3-cell from hobbyparts.com. You can get these batteries sometimes for like 20 bucks. I mean, all you guys that I've got like 30 of these batteries, and I've never had a problem with these batteries. Also, while you got the wing off, go ahead and make room for this 2650. You have to cut out a spot, and there's a block in there that that stops the back of the battery. I went ahead and moved it forward and glued it back in. The battery can't go no farther than that. It's a nice fit. Matter of fact, I'm going to take it out for you. It's a 2650 Sky Lipo. I think this one's a 20C. So it just fits right in there, nice and snug. I don't know if you can see it or not, where I just glued the other piece back in for the stop. And then on your lock, I just glued another piece here, so when it goes in, it keeps the battery from sliding backwards. I've never had a problem with this battery. I get close to 15, you can get a good 10 minutes at wide open, 10 to 12. If you just want to fly around, you can fly this plane at half throttle with no trouble. And you can get 15 to 20 minutes with this if you're just cruising. I did have a hinge problem, as you can see, and I just put a plastic hinge in and then a little bit of tape to help hold it together. But I think I come down hard and actually pulled that, so that was kind of my fault. The flaps come already cut out, and everything is notched. These servos from the plastic gears you can get for $3 or $4 off of hobbyparts.com. If you go on Nitro.com, they've got a link. It's well worth them. I haven't had any problem with their parts. So this one needed just a little bit, but now it flies really good. We'll go out to the field and give you a demo on this one. But I give it a, it was a 4-star, but now with all the little, I love the plane. It's very fast. These props I seem to be able to get from Nitro. So I give it a 5 now, but just took a little bit of work, but it's well worth doing the wheel. it low next time. Oh, I'm trying to take off too fast. Looks like I need to speed though. I don't know, that's just quick when I do. Still climbing. Go down a little bit. No, that's up. Straighter.